So it's been a while since we've reported on this STEM education franchise, and the name of this brand, as you see in the title, is Code Ninjas. We reported right in the middle of the pandemic, and they were hit hard. Like a lot of education concepts, children program concepts, the revenue numbers fell 50% plus pretty much across the board for that industry during the pandemic. Obviously, there are exceptions if you were operating a school in Florida compared to California, compared to New York, where there might have been more restrictions. But that industry was decimated in 2020, the later part of the year during the COVID pandemic. Now it's June 2023 when we revisit Code Ninjas, where the franchise cost is still a bit expensive. There's complaints too from the franchisees that what is on the item 19 doesn't truly reflect the cost of build out the location, break even, and start making money from your investment. Based on our estimates from the item 19, as well as feedback from Code Ninjas franchisees, we estimate the franchise cost to be in the 300 to 400K range. And then the revenue, they haven't disclosed revenue for years now in their item 19s. We estimate it to be less than $300,000. So I'm not sure how you make the numbers work. I'm estimating a 5 to 7+ year payback period, even more time if you're not going to be actively involved in the business. And again, remember, at Vetted Biz, we advocate if it's going to take you more than 3 or 4 years to get your money back, it's better just to buy an existing franchise, buy an existing independent business, maybe even do your own startup, because there's a lot of other opportunities that you might have to get your capital back faster. For those that don't know, the FTC put comments out to the public, especially to franchisees, and make comments on the franchise rule. And there were a few franchisees of Code Ninjas that made comments. One anonymous comment cites that they were given false data in the process of buying their franchise, specifically data about the franchise profitability at the end of the first year. Quote unquote, after we signed the franchise agreement, we discovered that less than 5 franchises out of 300 broke even after the first year operations. We would not sign the FA, the franchise agreement, knowing that. They further claimed that the franchise agreement wasn't negotiable, that the build-out costs were much higher than anticipated. They said the FTD stated $180,000. I'm not sure exactly what year, when they signed, but talking to franchisees, they thought the true cost was closer to $400,000. This franchisee also makes some pretty big claims that Code Ninjas corporate, the home office, spends all advertising money selling franchises and leaving brand promotion to franchisees. However, in quote, when we request information about how brand fund advertising money is spent, home office refuses to provide that data. So obviously that's a big no-no. We'll be covering that saga if that transpires further with Code Ninjas in terms of how they're using their brand fund, and it should be benefiting the franchisees in the system. Reviewer also comments about a new CRM system just adding to the cost of operating a business, as well as issues with their proprietary curriculum that apparently there's another provider that was suing for IP infractions. So it seems like a lot of issues brewing at Code Ninjas. I'd love to hear whether it's from Code Ninjas corporate to hear their side of the story, or from other franchisees at Code Ninjas that might be having a much more positive experience. So if you could leave in the comment section, or if you can email at patrick@vettedbiz.com, I'd love to hear your side of the story, as there always is 2 sides of the story. And right now, most of the comments that we've had and reviews on Code Ninjas online, source online from franchisees, haven't been so positive, especially in light of some of the anonymous comments that have been posted for the FTC's potential regulation change on the franchise rule. So again, email me at patrick@vettedbiz.com, or leave in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you if you're a Code Ninja franchisee, or if you work at Code Ninjas, as well as if there's other franchises in this space you think that we should be investigating further.